And now, throwing out the first pitch of the game, please welcome Tammy Boudreaux, proudly representing Broker Link Insurance. Broker Link is the WCBL league-wide sponsor of Canada Day. Whether online, in branch, or over the phone, Broker Link delivers personalized insurance solutions designed for you. All right, Tammy, here we go. Get set. Let's put her across. And we're into our Canada game. And now it's time for your Cloverdale Paints starting lineup. Hitting first for your Giants from Dakota State University, playing center field, number 26, Connor Rainey. In the second spot, playing left field from Niagara University, 19, Camden Sanders. Playing shortstop and hitting third from Dakota State University, number 9, Darcy Berry. Designated hitter, hitting cleanup, number 13, Javier Izagirre. The right fielder hitting fifth from Southwest Baptist, number 21, Lane Snow. In the sixth spot, you'll find Giants first baseman from Concordia University, 34, Matt Rose. From Okanagan College, hitting seventh and catching, number 3, Nick Silver. Giants third baseman hits eighth from Wright State University, number 4, Zach Kavanaugh. And hitting ninth, playing second base from Amarillo University, number 25, Miles Murphy. Your starting pitcher from Bakersfield, California, number 40, William Todd.
Thank you to in-house announcer Jerry Neville for getting us all kicked off today. Welcome to Canada Day. It is the WCBL on a FloCollege, and we head down to the field for pregame festivities.
As long as the sun shines, the rivers flow and the grass grows, we will water these lands. It's at this time that we ask that you rise if you are able and remove your caps as we join local entertainer and educator Dan Toll for the singing of our national anthem. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, to patriot love, ye of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. For your Giants.
Today, happy Canada Day. Whether you're celebrating as a fan of the WCBL, a fan of the Cactus Rats or Giant, or a parent of a player who is plying their trade up here in Canada today, we wish you a happy Canada Day. My name is Graham Mosiman. Thank you so much for joining us here. It is Giants baseball on FloCollege. Starting pitcher for the Fort McMurray Giants from Bakersfield, California. That is Liam Taft. This is only his first season in with the Giants. Tends to go as long as 6 innings, but has gone as short as just a couple of pitches. Last appearance, 5.2 innings pitched, giving up a ERA of 3.26 in a 4-2 victory over Swift Current just last week, right here at Legacy Dodge Field. Slightly different look for the Energy City Cactus Rats, as their starting run of batters will be led off for the first time this season by a designated hitter. Richiro Uno will be at the plate for the very first showdown between these two athletes. Ryu Uno, as he's more casually called by the Cactus Rats faithful, playing at Odessa Community College this year, but was a pair of players signed out of Japan alongside Ten Shindo, who just re-entered the Cactus Rat lineup a couple days just last night. It'll be interesting to see how this game ends up working out, as the Cactus Rats take the plate in their alternate high-vis electric blues, as everything was looking pretty great for portions of yesterday until a painful ninth inning if you were a Giants supporter, giving up 5 runs as that first one goes ball. Cactus Rats take game 1 of this series by a 7-2 margin. Have only lost 1 game while playing here in Fort McMurray this season. Here comes the pitch, and that'll go strike 1. Uno with a 174 in on the season so far. Only 23 at-bats, though, so not a ton of time to find his rhythm, as that'll go too. Pitch from Taft, as that'll be inside. We will go ball at number 3. Only 4 walks on the season so far for Uno, but has put in 3 runs this season. So he's a threat just on the baseline. That'll go ball 4. And Uno is up onto first base. Ten Shindo up now, celebrating what I believe is his very first Canada Day here. Been a huge part of this Cactus Rats lineup, especially in the top third. Playing out of Rikyo University, also known as St. Paul's University. Not a ton of private universities in Japan, but the ones that are tend to have a very big focus on baseball. Here's the pitch. And Shindo will let that go by for a called strike 1. Uno on first, only the single stolen base on the year, but there's the strike from Shindo, and that'll go into the double play. And the Cactus Rats will go 2 up, 2 down in the early part of this one. As of last check, he was third overall in the hitting standings for the entirety of the WCBL. That is Timo Aracena. Pitch from Taft. Timo lets that go. That'll go called strike one. Not only a fixture on the offensive side of the ball, Timo being a force wherever he is asked to line up. That'll go outside for the 1-1. Was integral in keeping the Cactus Rats out of danger a couple different moments during yesterday's game. Surely we'll see him at the Alberta and Saskatchewan at Midsummer Classic when the Okotoks Dogs host the 2025 WCBL All-Star Game. Here's the pitch. That'll go outside. That'll be 3-1 here now for Aracena. 2 down. Empty bases. Here's the pitch. And Aracena will find that one. That'll go out into deep right field, and that will be enough. Unable to meet that there is Lane Snow as Parker Husu comes to the mound. Husu in one of the hottest stretches of the season for him so far out of Victoria, BC. 2 for 4 yesterday with a couple of RBIs, hit by a pitch once and a single stolen base. Has runs in 4 of his last 5 games. And hits in all of them. Last game for Husu to not register a hit. All the way back against Lethbridge on the 24th of June. Keep an eye out for Aracena there on first. Pitch from Taft. And that'll go strike. Aracena big on stealing bases when he can. Taft will have to be sharp here. Not really. I'll just call that wide outside. As this count moves forward. Aracena creeping. Here's the pitch. That'll go outside, but Timo will steal. That'll go down for Aracena's 9th stolen base of the season. Husu fouls that one off. And looks like this pitch count goes full. Be an interesting day for watching crowds here in Fort McMurray, as McDonald Island Park is the absolute center for all the Canada Day festivities in Wood Buffalo. We'll get to some of Energy City's Canada Day celebrations coming up in the next inning. But along with free concerts and face painting, here comes the pitch. Husu swings at that one. And that'll do it for the side. We'll take a break and be right back. It's Fort McMurray Giants baseball. It's a WCBL. I'm Graham Moseman. You're watching FloCollege.
Birthday, and I'm down here by the canteen, down along the first baseline. And in honor of that huge birthday, Best Dressed Canada outfit is walking away with a hot dog. So come on here, we're going to see who got the best outfits. But there's a condition to this, okay? The only way to get in the hot dog is if the rest of the crowd is going to chant with me. So here's what we're going to do, okay? When I say go, you say giant. Let's hear it. Go! 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 Let's go, Giants!
For the Giants, number 26, Connor Rainey.
Welcome back. Bottom of the first inning. No score as the Cactus Rats only get 4 players deep into their lineup. A double play, turning that into a fairly short inning for Energy City. Start back now here with Connor Rainey, who had a stellar game yesterday. Two for 4, a double. Got a run. Walked and a stolen base. As that'll go for the 1-0. Swinging at that one, that'll be strike 2. It's something to watch out for with Connor Rainey. He does, in 63 at-bats, a little under a third of them, he ends up striking out. So if nothing else, he is going down swinging. As that'll go ball 2. Definitely a role he's asked to play fairly regularly as well, especially with his time at Dakota State University. There he goes, and that will head off into center field, and there to Sanders, using that speed to sit down the first of this batting order. Camden Sanders now checking in. Pride of London, Ontario. 1 for 3 yesterday, but that single hit did end up being a double. That was very key. He'll swing at that first one. That'll head out. Fouled away. Looks like that goes. And that'll be it. A couple of fouls. He'll get sat down. And just like that, we are 2 down here for Fort McMurray. Last appearance for the man from Down Under, as he's called by the Fort McMurray faithful. From Adelaide, Australia, that's Darcy Berry, who, much like Camden Sanders, plies his trade at Dakota State University. Had a all-time homer in his last appearance against Moose Jaw in a 6-5 Giants win. As that goes ball 1. Swing at that one, it'll go way up high and into center field, and Sanders is there to meet it. Barely had a chance to get into the Energy City lineup, or the defensive side anyway, as the Giants will go 3 up, 3 down. We'll take a break and be right back. It is Giants baseball. Second innings on deck. It's the WCBL Happy Canada Day on FloCollege.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Now hitting for the Energy City Cactus Rats, number 28, Easton Couture.
Having spent a significant time around the Canadian national programs, Canada, I'm sure, has a little extra juice for one Easton Couture. And that's for 50 Cactus. Bakersfield, California is a bit of an interesting town as we check in on Liam Tapp here. Still hanging in on this one. Why wouldn't? That one will go 2-0. When it comes to sports, it's this. It's a little strange because it's kind of like Estevan, Saskatchewan, or even a little bit like right here in Fort McMurray, because it is very oil town focused. A lot of energy existing in Bakersfield. And the girl will go around. So I'm looking for things to do. A lot of baseball. A lot of summers in California, of course. You can basically play baseball year round. But in the last number of years, you've had a very big growing minor hockey scene, largely in part to the, as that pitch will go ball number 3. Largely thanks to the work of the Bakersfield Condors, the farm team of the Edmonton Oilers, who've been investing a ton in getting ice rinks built in and around Bakersfield, as they grow their vibrant hockey community. Pitch here from Taft, that'll be outside, and looks like that'll be ball 3. That'll go outside. Or it will not. They will call that a strike. Okay. All right. Well, there we go. Down goes the very first Cactus Rat in this inning as Taft gets this one on the go. It's Elijah Bear up here now. 7 for 50 on the year. First time he's ever taken on Taft. There's the pitch. That'll go up, and that will head into left field, and that'll do it. 2 up, 2 down here, top of the second inning for your Fort McMurray Giants. As Hunter Ferguson checks in now. Hunter Ferguson in the pitcher's gear, or the catcher's gear today, as him and Nick Hagen have been known to trade off on occasion. Hagen playing outfield today. That'll be wide and outside. Ferguson will tip that off. And it looks like we'll go 1-1. That'll go out, and it will drop. And how about that? Hunter Ferguson finds himself with one of his hits on the year. That'll be a nice little bump to his confidence. As Kenyon Sanders chops that one. That'll go foul. Ferguson on second, or on first, excuse me, no score. Liam Taft still in with his 3.26 ERA on 19 innings. There's the pitch. That will hit Sanders in the arm, and he is off to second, or first, excuse me, Hagen off to second. And Hagen now, we just chatted about, in his rotating outfield and catcher's position. Putting together a pretty timely little offensive season with a 2.12. 3 RBIs, 7 hits, and only 33 at-bats on the year. Has struck out 9 times, though. There's the pitch. That'll be outside. Yet to see a home run from Hagen so far, but if we get a little wind and a ball picks something up here in the north end of downtown Fort McMurray, absolutely could carry something into the right field berm. Taft got to keep an eye out for the stolen base possibilities now, as swinging at that one is Hagen, and that goes foul. Starting pitcher, though, Liam Taft, out of the Allen Hancock College. Only had 12 appearances. as that goes 2-1. Only 12 appearances in his freshman year for Hancock. Still using all of that 6'3" frame as a relief pitcher to put down 15 batters through 16 innings. As that will connect, and that'll do it. As there to meet the strike from Hagen is Miles Murphy. Side is retired, and we'll take a break and be right back. The Giants will get back to it with Izaguirre Jr. up next. It's Giants baseball here on FloCollege.
All right, right now we're going to be doing a somersault race. I've got Emmett and Colton. First person to get from the starting line. 2 stompers walking away with a $25 gift card to head down to the alley and have some fun. The only rule is you got to somersault through the whole box. So we're going to count them off, and they're going to get rolling. 3, 2, 1. Let's see, boys. They're right neck and neck. Holy smokes, do they have a somersault? And the high five, and it takes the win. Everybody, we got to give a huge round of applause to both of them. Which all of you guys are happy Canada today? Well, let's get loud for our Giants!
Welcome back to Giants baseball. That's rank 1 to Javier Izaguirre Jr. He is the 5th appearance for the Giants this season. That'll go 2-1. Only a single game he hasn't registered a hit in his young Giants career. And most of the time he is, or at least 1 for 5 of the times, not sure if you can call that most, 2 for 5 of the times, you can crack up at least a couple hits for Izaguirre. He'll go swinging at that one. That'll go strike 2. Strike 3, excuse me.
Here comes right fielder, number 21, Blaine Snow.
First time we've seen Lane Snow in a Giants uniform from Southern Baptist University, Fort Worth, Texas. Ironically, a place you will not see very much snow is Fort Worth. I guess it's not a Game of Thrones thing where they name you after the weather of the place you were born. 1-0. There's the pitch. That'll be chop fouled out. As Amos continues his run in this one, should feel right at home in Fort McMurray, as he is from the beautiful Charlottetown Prince Edward Island, does play with Sussex Community College. Izaguirre fouls that one. .861 ERA and a single loss credited to his record so far, but feels like every time Aiden Moss's slot on the rotation comes up, as here is the pitch. Izagirre gets that one, throwing to first, and he will not make it, as the Giants go 2-2 down. One of the last home run hitters for the Giants, me and Matt Rhodes at the plate. It has been fairly unlucky, we'll say, for Aiden Moss, as in his starting efforts, he has ended up against teams like Okotoks. Does have a 4-inning run, though, against Swift Current that came up last week here when the Cactus Rats were playing home games at this stadium. Here's the pitch. And that'll go 1-0. Already 2 down in this inning. Pitch from Moss, swinging at that one. And that'll bring up strike 2. See, briefly running out from the Cactus Rat dugout, that would be head coach Jordan Blundell. We're just picking up something straight on the field. There's the pitch from Moss. That'll be outside. And we will go 2-1. That'll be outside. Good patience from Matt Rhodes to keep this one going. Five pitches deep here. And that'll be it. Matt Rhodes will head off to first as Aiden Moss brings up his 17th walk of the season. Calgary, Alberta's Nick Sauvé checking in now. One thing you'll notice about the Giant roster, they do like trying to pick up players from not quite like fully, like a lot of locals, as if you can call Calgary local to Alberta, as he'll swing at that first one. This will go into a double and unable to, I don't have to turn that one though, as you could have if you wanted to, but either way, it does not matter. Ball goes to second, runner is out. We'll take a break and be back with the Cactus Rats batting order. Starting with Rio Uno up on next. We're watching Giants baseball. It's the WCBL Happy Canada Day on FloCollege.
It's time for today's Brucey's Beer Batter. number 7, Rio Uno. If Rio doesn't make it to first base, draft pickers 2 for 10. The next Giants at bat.
Top of the order. Does the curse of the Brewski's beer batter stay on? As that will be, ouch, hit by a pitch as Uno will advance. Much to the chagrin of the gathered crowds here at Legacy Dodge Field, beer is not on special, as Rio Uno has made it to first base, so early start. 1 on here for the Cactus Rats, as we will make it all the way to Parker Husu in this inning at the very least. Ten Shindo in here now. Righty on righty facing down Taft. As that pitch goes wild, Uno heads to second on that one. Runner on second. No score in this one. Cactus Rats and the Fort McMurray Giants, top of the third inning. Happy Canada Day, wherever you happen to be joining us for. We are happy to have you. There is the swing from Shindo. That'll go up. And he'll be down for out number 1.
Number 10, Timo Aracena.
Timo Aracena already cooking 1 for 1 here today. That batting average just getting higher and higher as he looks down to chase down Connor Croson for the Okotoks Dogs.
Number 3, Parker Husu.
And that goes to the intentional walk. Interesting call. 1 down, 2 on. I guess you don't want to risk the hit from Timo, although going from Timo Aracena to Parker Husu and Easton Couture is not that's still a dangerous place to work into, as the Cactus Rats have really found the bats the last couple of games here. Pitch from Taft. Husu fouls that off. 0-1. This is a big spot for Husu a couple of games ago, as he ended up taking a pitch to far right field for the homer just a couple of games back. That'll go into the dirt. That one gets shot fouled again. It is so fun to watch Timo and Uno run some bases here. Unfortunately, with Uno ahead, Timo doesn't have his normal chance to try to rip off a couple of steals. But with Parker Husu on, as we're about 4 pitches deep, will be the next one. Still a lot of opportunities for the Cactus Rats to put something on the board. You just don't want to hit yourself into a double play right now and end the inning. Here's the pitch. Swinging at that one. That'll go. Looks like that was foul. 2-2 the count. Waiting for the pitch from Taft. Wait for it. Here's the pitch. As that'll be inside. This count goes full. A walk would load the bases with Easton Couture warming up next. Couture already homered once this year against the Lethbridge Bulls. Dangerous place here for Taft. That will go outside. Looks like our count was a little off. It's now a full count. A lot of time here. As he'll go swinging at that one. And he'll be snagged at first. And that'll do it. We'll take a break and be right back. It's Giants baseball on FloCollege.
Ryan's got 3 tries against the chocolate bar that I got in my pocket. He wins, he's taking that chocolate bar. If he loses, me and Stumper are going to be eating pretty good. What's your first guess, buddy?
Right pocket.
Right pocket? It's not a chocolate bar flavor.
Hershey's.
Hershey's? Close, but not quite. Give me 2 more.
Kit Kat.
Kit Kat? A little bit further. What's your last shot?
Hershey's.
You already guessed Hershey's. Try again.
Snickers.
Snickers? Not quite. You know what I got? I got an arrow bar, but if you want a chocolate bar for yourself, go down to the kids' corner and grab one. They've got Hershey's, Kit Kat. They've got all you could ask for. So happy Canada Day. If you want a chocolate bar, there's lots over there. And I need a favor. I need all of you out here. There's lots of you out here to cheer as loud as you can for our Fort McMurray Giants.
For the Fort McMurray Giants, number 4, Zach Kavanaugh.
And we're back. First pitch from Zach Kavanaugh goes to a strike one. Kavanaugh steps out of this box. Just throw a wall walk. Reset. Here's the pitch from Moss. That'll be outside. As down goes Kavanaugh. Couple of boos coming out here. But these Fort McMurray fans demand the best. And they should be getting it as the heavy part of their lineup comes in as Miles Martin checks in. Miles Murphy, excuse me. Matt Martin, Connor Martin, Miles Murphy, Matt Murphy. There's a lot of M's and C's all floating around this Giants team, but from Goodyear, Arizona, Miles Murphy, another Embry-Riddle University standout. There's the pitch from Moss. Swinging at that one that'll go straight to Aracena, who will fling it to first, and down he goes for out number 2. And that will ground us out. And that'll do it. We will take a break and be back. Cactus Rats sit down the side once again. This game remains scoreless as we head to the top of the 4th inning. It's Giants baseball here on FloCollege.
Number 28, Easton Couture.
Easton Couture back on the mound now for the Energy City Cactus Rats. I'm Graham Mosman. Welcome to WCBL on FloCollege. Pitch from Taft. Now go strike one. And Taft putting together a nice little inning here. Just adding on to his 3.25 ERA, and he progressed forward in. Easton Couture, once noted as one of the most promising young hitters in all of Canadian baseball. There's the pitch. That'll be outside. Ball number 2. Definitely someone you got to keep an eye on. If he does start to cook, you can absolutely see him do some damage through this Energy City lineup. 2-1. Pitch from Taft. Couture will swing at that one. That'll be tip fouled off. We'll go 2-2. Couture checking in. Can't throw the pitch till you make the eye contact with the pitcher. Here comes the throw. That will go out into right field. And there to meet it is Lane Snow. Say farewell, Mr. Couture. We'll see you again in the next walkthrough. Elijah Bear, 7 for 50 on the year, 3 RBIs. First one will go ball number 1. Standing by from Taft. Here's the pitch. Connecting with that one. That goes center field. Shortstop cannot get there. And on to first, Elijah Bear.
Number 29, Hunter Ferguson.
Hunter Ferguson now back for the second run through. With U Pike, same man from Knoxville, Tennessee. As that'll go ball number 1. 23 appearances this season, 13 of them as one of the catchers. Couple home runs, 19 RBIs, and a .275 in his college career. As that one goes ball number 2. Hunter Ferguson, 1 for 1 on the day. Holds for the pitch from Taft. That one will go foul out onto the warning track and over the Giants' dugout, but they are unable to be there as that ball goes foul. One down in this one. Gotta keep an eye for Elijah Bear, who is creeping up just at the right center of your screen. Holding. Taft goes for the pickoff. Not there, though, as Elijah Bear gets back in time. As we are 3 pitches deep. Pitch to Ferguson. That will fly out to the foul territory, but Matt Rhodes is there, and that'll go in for out number 2. Nice work from Matt Rhodes. A steady hand, only a couple of errors on the year for him from around the field. Sure to see more of that one. Two down, 1 on here for the Fort McMurray, for the Energy City Cactus Rats. Kenyon Sanders up. He'll go swinging. That is strike number 1. Kenyon Sanders hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. As this one goes called strike 2. You'll notice a lot of these Cactus Rats, after they get down 0-2, they'll go for a quick little walk. It's a good little reset. Common strategy from a lot of ball players. Here's the pitch from Taft. That goes ball 1. Cactus Rats have to be itching to get through these next handful of games. After done their doubleheader against Fort McMurray today, they'll stop in to a couple of showdown starting on Thursday. Against Brooks. As Sanders stays in. Two down, one on for the Cactus Rats. Here's the pitch. He did not swing. That will do it. And the side is retired. What a start from Liam Taft. Let the young man cook. As we'll be back with your Giants hitting order. Starting up next with, I believe that'll be Darcy Berry. We'll take a break. Be right back. It is Cameron Sanders on deck. It's Giants baseball on FloCollege.
He's getting ready for the second one. Oh, and Elliott just barely gets it. Still press the referee. 2-0. Awesome job, buddy. Franco, give you a high five. You really played your heart out, buddy. Give him a little round of applause. And let's get loud for our fourth McMurray Giant.
Number 19 for your Fort McMurray Giants, Camden Sanders.
Cameron Sanders is back 0 for 2 on the day as we get through our third round. That'll be striking one. Here's the pitch. Swing at that one. That heads right to the third base. Throws to first. Elijah Bear is right there, and down goes Sanders.
Number 9, Darcy Berry.
Just like that, we already one down at the bottom of the fourth inning. Almost at our halfway mark here. No score in this one. Giants yet to register a hit. Not a huge advantage, though, for the Cactus Rats, as they only got 3 so far on the day. That'll go for ball. Darcy Berry the stare down as Aiden Moss continues to hang in here. That'll go ball 2. These two square off. Waiting for the pitch. That'll be called strike 2. Three to the count. Getting into tense territory now here for Darcy Berry. Tension doesn't bother him, though, as he singles out to center field. And another member of the Fort McMurray Giants is down. Javier Izaguirre Jr. back on. His roommates and friends call him Javi. Going for the fake pickoff. Javi's still here. As this one goes on. Aiden Moss already threw 3 innings on this one. As that'll go chop foul. Remember, we had Darcy Berry getting on base earlier. And he will look for the score from second. Tough to see the scoreboard here to get you a proper count, as my notes are all jarbled. Apologies. Izaguirre Jr. He'll make contact with that one. That will head off into left field. And down he goes for out number 2. Lane Snow up next, 0 for 1 so far here today. Definitely someone that should have a lot of power in their swing. 6'2", 220 from Southern Baptist College. I'll go for strike 1 against Snow. Keep an eye for the pickoff there is Aiden Moss. Whoa, we'll see with that one. That was single in the left field. Darcy Berry will come home. And this game is tilted in favor of your Giants. That is a score of 1-0. Got to be mindful of Darcy Berry as he scored on that one from second. Not a given at this particular league, depending on the speed from certain players. Is that'll be going for called ball 1 there against Matt Rhodes. Pitch from Moss. That'll be called strike 1. While they may not be as prevalent as Haligonians, Cape Bretoners, or Newfoundlanders here in Fort McMurray, as that pitch goes wild. Snow will run off to second. There are certainly a not significant numbers of those from Prince Edward Island and the biggest city on it in Charlottetown. So a lot of East Coasters here. So Moss feeling right at home, dishing in Fort McMurray, as that'll go for ball number 3. Ooh, as Aiden's pitch is starting to get a little wobbly. That'll be a visit from, looks like that's Coach Nick coming up to the mound just to check in, see how things are going. If you're a regular watcher of the Energy City Cactus Rats, you will know that usually Nick is the, hey, you good? Kind of very check in, make sure everything's all right kind of vibe. And then when you see Jordan heading off, that's when you as a pitcher know that your day is probably done. Bottom of the 4th, 1 run in for the Giants, as that'll be strike number 2 going against Matt Rhodes. 2 hits, 1 run, as the Giants get their first points on the board. And swing at that one. That will do it for the side. We'll have a break and be right back. Top of the 5th is up next. You are watching Fort McMurray Giants baseball exclusively on FloCollege. Happy Canada Day.
Home run sponsor, Jeff Batchelor, along with Harvard Media, Infinity Métis Corp, Wilson Construction, Bumper to Bumper, and Waiver Rentals. Now coming to bat for the Energy City Cactus Rats, number 26, Nick Hagan.
Nick Hagan now for the Cactus Rats, as he held the final spot of this lineup. We will see at least up to 10 Shindo in this one, as that first one goes ball. That will be a called strike 1. One of the longer appearances for Taft, so keep an eye on the Fort McMurray bullpen. Looks like there is a little bit of action down there right now. There's the pitch. There's the swing off into deep right field, and that will send Hagan off to second base. Can't ask for much more than that from your leadoff. As getting on base is Nick Hagan, already putting together a heck of an afternoon, improving on that 229 average for the year. Rio Uno checking in now. As he has been walked once already. Pitch from Taft. Uno will swing. And that will be strike one. It's been really interesting to watch the pitches from Taft, as you can see a little bit of fatigue starting to settle in. He is getting people to swing at pitches that are going to kind of the dream scenario spots. As Uno chops at that one, and just like we said, right into center field. And that will go down, and to the joy of many, beer is now on sale at Legacy Dodge Field. 10 Shindo back now, 0 for 2 on the day. Twelve RBIs to 276 on the season. Has had a lot of success against this particular pitcher, though. Taft lurks back. Goes for the pickoff attempt. As Hagen sets up looking for the third base steal. Pitch from Taft. Swinging is Shindo. And that will be strike two. A lot of room to play with here now for Taft. 0-2 the count. Hagen on second. Looking at the Fort McMurray defense, they're not even entirely sure where this one's going to go, as swinging at that one is Shindo for strike two. Tension's starting to wrap up here. Giants 1, Cactus Rats 0. Top of the fifth inning. Liam Taft on the mound. Here's the pitch. And that'll eventually hit dirt, but it'll go for ball one. Couple different challenges you have to encounter as a Fort McMurray outfielder, or anyone that plays outfield here in Fort McMurray, that a lot of other franchises don't have to deal with in the exact same way. Here's the pitch. And waiting for this one here from Shindo. Top of the fifth, 4 hits for the Cactus Rats here so far. Nothing to show for it, as Shindo chop fouls that one. Count holds at 1-2. Two hits and 1 run scored for the Giants. Clean slate, error-free game from both sides, which is exactly what you like to see. Now, when players come here to Fort McMurray, depending on where they're from, they may not be prepared for the humidity or even the type of bugs that you get up here in this part of northern Alberta. Pitch from Taft. Swinging at that one is Shindo. And that one. Let me just another foul attempt. Big fighting between these two people now. Waiting for the pitch from Taft, who should be ending his game anytime soon. Pitch. That pitch is popped out to just up the base, and well, two down here in this one as we go for a mound visit. Players checking in, make sure everything's okay. Hope your Canada Day festivities have been going well and exciting and very, very safe. Here in Fort McMurray, there's a free concert later on at the Country 93.3 stage. I believe Steve Reeve from Play 105 radio. He doesn't have a keycard pass, though. He has a scissors to get into the building. Some weirdness at their radio station. But broadcasting live outside, I do believe, is Play 105 with Steve Reeve. A lot of happening down here at McDonald Island Park. Parking will be hard to find, so if you are making your way in, it is best to find your way to take a bus. Parker Husu swings at that one. Missing it is the second baseman, and that will send the tying run in to home. As Nick Hagan finds himself home. Parker Husu on third. Timo Aracena on third. We'll have a pitching change and be right back here. It's Giants Baseball on FloCollege. And we're back to Katura now on as stealing second is Parker Husu. Hit by a pitch that will load the bases.
Number 32, Elijah Bear.
Take a round now for the Fort McMurray Giants. Last appearance went 2 innings deep against Shaw in the 3-0 loss. 2 innings against Lethbridge. And that's about as far as we'll go. That one is chopped out in foul territory, and it will be. Trying to see here. No, that is just fouled out. Hard to see from our broadcast vantage point here, as that is Elijah Bear on right now. 2 down, bases loaded. This game tied up at 1. Hit total is starting to favor the Cactus Rats by a 5-2 margin, as the Cactus Rats only enter this game with 3 out of their lineup with a sub 250 percentage, as that will go for the single, sending not one, but 2 home, looks like, as Aracena and Husu both get their way back to the home, and this is a 3-1 lead for the Energy City Cactus Rats. Nice work there from Elijah Bear. Especially having runners on second and first when they are Timo Aracena and Parker Husu. A lot of speed to work through on that one. And that pitch will go ball for Ferguson. He'll chop on that one. That will head to second, and we will go for a break and be right back. It's Giants baseball here on FloCollege, 3-1 after a 2-run inning courtesy of the Cactus Rats. We'll be right back.
There is lots to talk about. You're looking over this way. You head out into the swag shop. There's jerseys, t-shirts, hats. On a sunny day, you can use a hat, especially when you're over here watching the game. The sun is just beating down on you. As soon as you walk out of that swag shop, the 50-50 table is right around the corner. You can't win without a ticket, so I suggest you get one. And then you keep on walking, you look this way. There is a bar down there on the golf course. And if you're feeling a little hot, it might be time, you know, but if you do want one, it's there, just like the swag shop and your 50-50 tickets. You can get it all down here on the concourse. But you know one thing you can't get on the concourse that you can only get in the stands is how loud can we cheer. So I'm going to count you off, and we're going to cheer as loud as we can. 3, 2, 1, let's go, Giants!
Here's number 3, Minnesota.
Still up there, who is playing everywhere. Infield to catcher. Might even have an appearance in the outfield this season for your Fort McMurray Giants, as he'll let that first one go by. That'll be a called strike one. Go chopping there, as that goes foul. Not a ball. That will be ball. In Mustang in here now. Here's the pitch. And that'll be called strike three. Down goes Suave.
For your Fort McMurray Giants, from Wright State University, number 4, Zach Kavanaugh.
Thank you, Jerry. Nick Kavanaugh back, one down. That'll be strike one. That'll go ball. Kavanaugh's been pretty integral as that goes ball two for this lineup. Even on the season with a 1-2-7, his hits have come at very opportune times as he will find contact. That will head to the gap. And that will go to first, and down we go for out number 2. Final man of the lineup, Miles Murphy from Goodyear, Arizona. Goodyear, Arizona, the heir to the Goodyear tire fortune. A little weird that an entire city is the heir. Hey, such is late-stage capitalism. Fairly decent-sized city. Very close to the Phoenix International Speedway. A lot of NASCAR fans end up setting up in Goodyear.
For your Giants, number 26, Connor Rainey. Now at the plate, number 19, Camden Sanders. Here comes number 9, WCBL. Now pitching for the Energy City Cactus Rats, number 25, James Alexander.
Sorry, folks, as we had some technical difficulties with our microphones as we are back. What an inning for the Fort McMurray Giants as the 2 spot goes on the board. And this game is tied up at 3. Props a pitching change from the Energy City Cactus Rats, welcoming James Alexander from Concord, California. In 6 appearances for the Cactus Rats, a 12.15 ERA. Has had starts versus Lethbridge and Sylvan Lake, going 4, 5, and 4 innings respectively. Twelve strikeouts over 20 innings pitched for James Alexander. All you need is the 1 out now. And you can put this inning to bed. Couple of warm-up pitches there from Alexander. And that'll be Darcy Berry. Up now, 313 on the year, 20 strikeouts, 9 walks. 24 hits on 78 at-bats. Camden Sanders on the corner. James Alexander with the strike 1. Alexander the stare down. As going for the pickoff is Alexander. He will make it. And Camden Sanders is caught stealing. That'll be out number 3, and we will take a break. Your Cactus Rats, or your Cactus Rats partisan, are up next. It's WCBL Baseball on Canada Day here on FloCollege.
And we want to see even more Canadian pride in the stands.
up as Kenyon Sanders in his 2 for 35 heads to the plate. That'll be a close strike one. So Wyatt Alberta evening continues. Strike 2 on the swing. You got to be careful when it comes to Wyatt Culbertson, as does have a decent run of strikeouts when he gets going. That'll be ball number 1. Here's the pitch. That'll be strike 3, and down goes Sanders. 26, Nick Hagan back at it now. Already a nice little game. 1 for 2 on the day. Already got hope for 1 run. He'll let that first one go for a strike 1. Hagen swings at that one. That jumps right to Culbertson. He will throw to Rhodes, and the Cactus Rats are down by 2.
It's time for today's Brewski's beer batter, number 7, Rio Uno. If Rio Uno doesn't make it to first base, draft beers 2 for 10 until the next Giants inbound.
That one goes for a swing, and that'll do it. He's 3 up, 3 down. Beers on sale for the Fort McMurray faithful. We'll take a break and be back with the bottom of 6th. It's Cactus Rats baseball. Giants baseball on FloCollege.
But you only get one if you're going to cheer loud, so let's hear it. Let me hear it one more time. One's ball. 1, 2, last one. Let me hear it. It's going over this way. Oh, and he catches it too. What a catch. Now, if you can cheer that loud, you get some swag. I want to hear you cheer twice as loud for our Giants. Let's hear the Giants back.
Darcy Berry.
Darcy Berry up now as this first pitch goes low and outside for ball number 1. 1 for 2, Darcy Berry on the day. Gotta be careful. Always a risk to go over. to have a shift in the outfield, though, as heading up there for the Cactus Rats. Replacing Nick Hagen is number 40, Elias Campbell. That'll be ball 2. 2 on the count. Pitch from Alexander, as that is chop fouled off by Darcy Berry. Last game against the Moose Jaw Miller Express, Darcy Berry winning the belt for your Giants player of the game. There's the pitch. And that will go wild. And that pitch from Alexander sends right towards Berry, and that'll do it for this at-bat as he is hit by a pitch. Bring up Javier Izaguirre Jr. Playing with the Embry-Riddle Eagles, graduate of Martin Luther King High School. Izaguirre will let that go by for the strike one. Second pitch from Alexander. Going for the pickoff at first, and he is safe. Heads up play by Darcy Berry, who advanced on that hit by a pitch. Gotta keep an eye out for that stolen base now. See, as they're really going for the pickoff from Darcy Berry. Taking a look at Berry's year. Not only with that .313 average, going for the pickoff at second. That pitch goes outside, and Darcy Berry will make it. Given the number of games he's played and how fast and aggressive he can be with his base running, kind of shocking to see that he's only 5th stolen base of the season. For number 9 for your Giants, Darcy Berry. Izaguirre's plate appearance continues. Pitch from Alexander. Izaguirre swings at that one. That'll be fouled out. Izaguirre will get swinging on that one. And that was one down here as Liam Snow enters the game. Keep an eye out for Darcy Berry up there on second base. Always a risk. As we're here at the bottom of the 6th. That'll go ball 1. The throw from Alexander. That'll be strike one. Strike two, excuse me. Remember, there will be a bit of a break in between these two games tonight, as we do have a double header, and right when this game is over, if you are local to Fort McMurray, you might want to turn your eyes towards downtown, as the best seat for the fireworks will be at SMS Equipment Stadium, just kitty corner to where we are here at Legacy Dodge Field. He'll go swinging at that one. And that will be strike two for Liam Snow. Barry's still up there on second. 2 down. And Snow at the plate. James Alexander looking for his moment for another K night. Throws it, swings it, and that will do it. That is out number 2 for the Fort McMurray Giants. Barry's still on second. Matt Rhodes up now. 2 down. That'll be for ball number 1. You can be spending your Canada Day anywhere, and we're just grateful you're spending it here with us in the WCBL. My name's Graham Mosman. Thank you for coming along on this one. Watch for the pickoff. Here's the throw from Alexander. Swinging is Matt Rhodes. Count is 1-1. Even a single here will absolutely send Darcy Berry home with his speed. Pitch from Alexander. Contact made. That'll head out into right center field. And with that Berry speed, that is a run on the board for the Giants. Darcy Berry comes home. Matt Rhodes goes to first. Nick Suave up at the dish. Hits even now. Fort McMurray having the advantage in runs, though, by a 3-4 margin. It's supposed to 4-3 margin, if you want to be specific. Here's the pitch. And that will clip him. And Nick Suave is officially on deck. On first base. Zach Kavanaugh's on, and Miles Murphy is on deck. Gonna have a check-in here between Alexander and Ferguson. Work on some strategy, some planning. You have 2 outs, 2 on. Just need to get the 1. So, not a bad situation at all to be on if you are James Alexander pitching in relief here. Here's the pitch. There's the swing. Kavanaugh is down by 1. And Nick Suave checks that swing. Here's the pitch. Smith. That one is Kavanaugh. Bottom of the 6th, your Giants have taken the lead here. Single run in this inning. James Alexander in on the pitch. That goes ball. Runners on second and first, but 2 down for the Giants. Looks like that will go ball number 3. Kavanaugh 0 for 3 on the day, looking for any kind of redemption on his afternoon. Here's the pitch. He'll make contact. That'll go up into left center field. And Kenyon Sanders chases it down. Side is retired. We'll take a break and be right back. The 7th inning is up next. You're watching Giants baseball on FloCollege.
This is your last call for 50-50 tickets. You know where to get them. Sales end at the 7th inning. Good luck. Make sure you get your tickets. Almost $2,000 of the prize pot right now. You can be taking that home. Make sure you get your 50-50 tickets. Oh, let's go. Playing second base for the Giants, number 32, Scott Allen. Hitting for the Energy City Cactus Rats, number 6, Ten Shundo.
Welcome back. It's Giants baseball here on FloCollege. My name's Graham Moseman. Top of the 7th inning. as Tim Shindo finds himself at the plate. A couple of changes in here for the Cactus Rats as $300 Shindo. That will be off to first, and Shindo is down for out number one.
Number 10, Timo Garcia.
Unsure if we'll see another walk here. Probably not, like we did earlier on with Timo Aracena, as he is facing down Wyatt Culbertson today. As that'll go ball one. Strike one, excuse me. That one is chopped out of the right field, thrown to first, and 2 up, 2 down. All that took was 4 pitches, 3 pitches. As Parker Husu is up trying to salvage something out of this inning for the Cactus Rats.
Number 3, Parker Husu.
And it's number 3, Parker Husu up now. 1 for 3 on the day. 309 on the year, but still looking for his very first home run with a little bit of wind in the outfield. You might be able to gather one here. A solo shot would be mega, as that goes for strike one. Pitch from Culbertson. Here it goes. That'll be ball one. Here's the pitch. That'll be ball number 2 as Husu gets ahead on this one. Wow, Culbertson putting together a really nice little run now here in relief. 2 innings deep, 5 walks, 16 strikes. As Husu chops that to the first baseman. Rhodes will tap that, and we'll take a break. Be right back. Bottom of the 7th up next. You're watching Fort McMurray Giants baseball on FloCollege.
All right, Giants fans, it's middle of the 7th. You know what that means. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. But you know what? You can't dance without music. So, all right, Giants fans, we got to ask them for it. What do we say? Let's see it clap.
Giants from Embry-Riddle University, number 25, Miles Murphy.
Miles Murphy, one of the cadre of players from Embry-Riddle University. The Giants largely made up with players from the California chapter of Embry-Riddle. The Arizona chapter, excuse me. The sister campus to the Embry-Riddle location in Daytona Beach. So, sort of teammates, but kind of not. As a pitch comes, Murphy does not beat the throw.
For the Giants, number 26, Connor Rainey.
And that'll go down for out number 1. Brings us back to the top of the Fort McMurray batting order with a 212. 3 at-bats, a hit, and a run in today. Connor Rainey. James Alexander staying in strong here on this one. As that first pitch will go high and outside. Second pitch from James Alexander. Calling that ball 2. He'll make contact with that one, but it does go foul. And he will have to head back. Two on the count, one down, no one on. James Alexander's pitch was well outside. The 6'5" righty out of Modesto, California might be not long for this one, as we are taking a look at some action in the Cactus Rats bullpen.
Here comes number 19 from Niagara University, Camden Sanders.
With one down, that will walk Connor Rainey. Camden Sanders with a nice little run here with the Giants, 29 at-bats, 5 hits, walks with 8 on the year. Pitch from Alexander, going for the pickoff at second base, and there to beat it is Rainey. He will advance on stolen base. Well, I'm not sure what sickness Connor Rainey is down with, but whatever it is, I want some. That pitch goes strike. As Sanders stays in. Pitch from Alexander. That'll be outside. That'll go ball. Waiting here for the pitch for Sanders. Times like these, you really miss the pitch clock in the major leagues. There's the pitch. This at-bat continues.
Number 32, Scott Allen.
And that'll do it. As entering the game for the first time, we have Scott Allen. Still entering the game, looking for his first hit, excuse me, is Scott Allen. Scott Allen now. Allen standing by for this one. Alexander holding in 2 innings deep now for him. First pitch. That goes ball number 1. 4-3 the score for your Fort McMurray Giants. Two down. Runner on second. He'll swing at that one. That will head off into the left field and
Number 13, designated hitter,
Javier Izaguirre is back once again. As that will bring home a couple of runs for the Giants. It will, shortly anyway, as that one gets home.
Giants right fielder, number 21, Wayne Snow.
Tough inning for the Cactus Rats as the Giants are able to put up 2 quick ones. Have a single from Scott Allen after the Cannon Centers put out Izaguirre with a single. And now we find ourselves with Snow up at it. Ultimately, though, the score ends up 6-3 in favor of the Giants. Still 2 outs on. Let's see. Snow really wants to get on the board even more. 1 for 3 on the day. As that goes ball. Bottom of the 7th, huge inning for the Giants, as in their last three innings, they've been able to put up a full 5 spot. As that one will head out. Pitching for his life still is Alexander. Snow at the plate. Here's the pitch. And that will go ball number 2. Or Gretchen got fouled off. Tough to see here from our vantage point, folks. We're having issues with some of the windows. That will sit down Snow. As we'll take a break and be right back. 6-3 with the Cactus Rats on deck next. We're watching Giants baseball on FloCollege.
The Giants want to welcome a couple of parents of the players here today. Number 4, Zach Kavanaugh's parents are here, along with number 17, Carter Herkett. His parents are in Fort McMurray, all for the first time. Welcome to town. Happy Family Day.
We're back at it with Easton Katura, a 285, 4 for 14 here on the day.
Now hitting for the Cactus Rats, 28, Easton Katura.
So that'll go for ball 1. You want to keep an eye on anywhere in the kind of second base to early, shallow right center field zones. As for his hits on the year, they've all been just straight over the head of the pitcher. As that'll be hit by a pitch, and Katura will head on. Bring up Elijah Bear, who has had a heck of a game so far for the Cactus Rats, going 2 for 3. Improving that 140 on the season so far. This is his first time facing Culbertson. As that will get chopped down and thrown out at first. Katura will advance, but Elijah Bear will be down for the second out. Of first out, excuse me,
29,
for this Cactus Rats squad. Hunter Ferguson on now. Does have himself a hit on the day. 5 walks in the season. Here's the pitch. That'll be right down the middle for the strike one. Pitch to Ferguson. He'll let that one go outside. That'll go for ball number 2. Now, Ferguson's fascinating. Does not have a side of the field that he leans towards when it comes to filling in that batter's box. He's kind of all over the place. And that makes it really tough for a defensive side as that pitch heads out to left field.
Number 13, Kenyon Sanders.
Yeah, interesting. Trying to pick out what they're saying down there. Weird. Anyway, staying in there is Ferguson as
Now coming in, number 18, Drew Abercrombie.
that sends a run in. So we have a runner on second. Kenyon Sanders now at the plate. Sanders will hit right to the second baseman, throwing to first, and that'll sit him down for the second out of the inning.
Now hitting for the Cactus Rats, number 40, Elias Kendall.
That'll go ball 1. Lance Campbell doing his best to stay in here now, and as Drew Abercrombie came in here for Hunter Ferguson at second base. See Abercrombie's there at third, chatting with Coach Jordan. Campbell still in. Now we get to a 3-0 count. There's the pitch. That'll be outside, and Campbell will head to first. Runners on the corner.
It's time for today's Brewski's beer batter, number 7, Rio Uno. If Rio Uno doesn't make it to first base, draft beers on sale 2 for $10 until the first.
Looks like we're going to have a pitch hitter coming in here for Rio Uno, as that's Zach Barneo, number 37, up at the batter's box. Wyatt Culbertson will be done in this one as well, it seems, as the visit comes from the Fort McMurray bench. And entering is Chris Billings from Utah. 1 win, 1 loss credited on the season with a 13 innings pitched record, 20 strikeouts, 12 walks, and a 4.84 ERA. Six for the score for the Fort McMurray Giants. As the Cactus Rats are able to get one of these runs back. 2 outs. Runners on the corners, and Zach Barneo in now. Is there a chance that between him, Ten Shindo, or Timo Aracena, can you get a couple of these guys home? We'll take a quick break and be back as Billings finishes his warm-up. It's Giants baseball. Top of the 8th inning. 1 run in, 2 down for the Cactus Rats. Going to the pickoff at second. Just a little slow. That's Elias Campbell. He'll make his way into scoring position. A single here from Barneo could tie the game with Abercrombie and Campbell in scoring position. Barneo will foul that one off. Only 5 games in his Cactus Rat career, Zach Barneo was a part of this franchise in a previous season. Pitch goes out for the ball. That one goes called strike. Chris Billings now. That one will be fouled off. Six for the score, 2 down. Count of 3 and 2. Waiting for the pitch. Billings. Billings taking all kinds of time here. 2 down, 2 on. There's the throw. That is outside, and bases are loaded for 10 Shindo. What a moment this would be as Shindo walks the plate with a 263. Over 4 on the day, but that means almost absolutely nothing. As Chris Billings having to pitch himself out of a bit of a gnarl here. That'll go for ball number 1. Standing by from Shindo. That'll be low and down. 3 balls, no strikes. 2 down for the Cactus Rats. 6-4 your score. A single pops the Energy City into the lead. That'll be up and outside and walking home the 5th run. Oh, not quite. My mistake on that one. We're up to a 3 ball. Here's the pitch. That'll be inside, and walking home is Drew Abercrombie. Bases are loaded, 2 down. The Energy City Cactus Rats pull within a single. As we find ourselves at the top of the 8th. 7-8 is the advance and hits for the nothing fixes anything like, or nothing fixes everything like a quick little visit. As Timo Aracena is at the plate. Perfect situation for the Cactus Rats. Bases loaded, your best hitter on. 4-10 on the season. That one goes strike 1. Aracena hangs on. Here's the pitch. There's the swing. That'll go over, and it will drop. Campbell comes home. And this game is tied at 6. Wow. What a play. You have Borneo on 3rd. 10 Shindo on 6th. Timu's single brings home a runner, and with 2 down, bases loaded, the Cactus Rats tie this game. Can't ask for much better. That'll do it for the evening, though, of Chris Billings. Or it looks like it will. Tough to see from our vantage point here.
Now pitching from FloCollege, number 33, Ash Amberland.
He came in yesterday to try to close this one out, and in the 9th inning, the Cactus Rats took it away. Ash Amberland joins us. Josh Emerlin has even found himself on the MILB page. Emerlin will warm up. We'll take a break and be back. 2 down, a tie game, bottom of the 8th. You're watching Giants baseball on FloCollege. That would be Parker Husu at the plate for the Energy City Cactus Rats. As that'll go outside. Looks like we may have had a mistake on that pitcher, as that one is up and out, and that will retire the side as we'll handle the top of the 9th inning, or bottom of the 8th inning, excuse me. A 3-run effort to tie this one up. We'll be right back. It's Giants baseball on FloCollege.
Your winning 50-50 ticket number for $1,150. 929-0214. Once again, your winning number 929-0214. Now down onto the field, Noah and the crew.
All right, Giants fans, it's middle of the 8th. You know what that means. It's time for our Legacy Dodge Dash. We've got ketchup, mini hot dogs, Stomper, and Giants fan out there. And we're going to see who can run the fastest. And we're going to count them off. 3, 2, 1. Run. Stomper taking the lead off. But ketchup is quickly coming. The Giants fans coming behind him. Looks like it's gonna be ketchup! That's 2 on the board for ketchup. Everybody give him a round of applause. And let's get loud for our Giants!
Now pitching for the Energy City Cactus Rats, number 8, Sebastian Isner. comes number 34, Matt Rhodes.
Dangerous spot here for the Cactus Rats as second leading hitter for the Fort McMurray Giants comes to the dish. 1 for 2 on the day. Matt Rhodes in it with a 3-11 rolling into this one. This game is tied at 6, bottom of the 8th inning. There's the pitch. That'll go for ball number 1. Pitch and ball 2. Man, notice now that is Sebastian Misner in for the Cactus Rats. Misner gets him fouling out. It's Misner and Rhodes with the stare down now. That'll be strike number 2. Misner holds. That'll be fouled off into right field. Standing by here with Rhodes, 1 for 2 on the day. Two to the count. Well, that'll go for a walk, unfortunately for the Giants, or for the, unfortunately, the Cactus Rats, excuse me. As the winning run, or leading run at the moment, hops on to first base. Looks like the bunt attempt there for Nick Sobe. That's faked off, but that'll be fouled out and back. Remember, it is a doubleheader, so after this one wraps up, we'll take a quick break and be right back here at 7 o'clock. Going for the bunt that heads up. That'll be fouled away once again. We will take a break after this one is all wrapped up and be back here at 7 o'clock. Second half of this doubleheader, we'll keep an eye out for starters. Going to post it out as quickly as possible on the Energy City Cactus Rat and the Fort McMurray Giants social feeds. Here comes the pitch. That goes wild and advancing to second base is number 34, Arrows. Another visit for this one, as Misner starts to work this out. 6-6 your score, 0 down, excuse me. As we work through the bottom third of the Giants lineup. Suave, number 3, over 2 on the day. Homer and 5 RBIs on the season. Here's the pitch. He will chop that out into that'll end up as a sacrifice. And not one, but 2 runs will score as advancing is everyone. A little hectic there. As
Number 4, Zach Kavanaugh.
a run scores in for the Giants to take the lead. As that will head right to first base, and Elijah Bear will be there, tapping that out for out number 2. Giants take the lead on a couple of well-timed hits. 7-6 your score now. Hanging on to this one is Murphy. Chopping that one out, and that'll do it. Nice little inning for your Fort McMurray Giants as they put up the single run to take the lead, as the Cactus Rats will be hitting for their life when they come back at the top of the 9th inning. We'll take a quick break and be right back. It is Giants baseball here on your Canada Day on FloCollege. We worked through some technical issues here. Apologies, folks. Hasty Kashura fouls off a couple of times. As Sam Ramajan is in now for the Fort McMurray Giants. Pitcher Ramajan, Katura is swinging, and down he goes. That will be out, number 1.
32, Elijah Bear.
Elijah Bear up now, and he's had a stellar game, 2 for 4 on the season, or on the afternoon, excuse me.
Now in the game, number 33, Reese Ruderman.
And it looks like he... Elijah Bear will hit that one, and it will head out. And it looks like that'll be out number 2.
Now hitting number 18, Drew Abercrombie.
Looks like that is... I'm trying to see exactly who that is. Looks like it's Abercrombie going in there. A little hard to tell from this vantage point. There's the pitch. That will pop up, and that will do it. For the first time this season, your Fort McMurray Giants are victorious over the Energy City Cactus Rats. We'll take a very quick break and be back in about... We'll be back in about 2 hours or so. First pitch on our next game of the day is scheduled for 7 o'clock, as we're going to go for a little wander and get into these festivities here at McDonald Island Park to celebrate Canada Day. And the Cactus Rats will take a quick break and be back for some redemption, as they lose for the very first time to the Giants this season. My name's Graham Mosman. We will take a break and talk to you in a couple. It's Fort McMurray Giants baseball here on FloCollege.
Make sure you tag us on your social media posts, #FMMGiants. That's a wrap, Giants fans. Thank you for cheering loud and proud. See you